Hello all, this is Priya Mahesh with you for Let's Sell Successfully. So we have been speaking sales is the business art of communication with people. For the past 4 videos and 4 parts I have categorized my experiences along with my little knowledge learnt from my field sales experiences, practical experiences, consulting experiences, training experiences, sales and product marketing experiences, and also along with a lot of entrepreneurs and leading managers, whatever I learned. So what we started sales is a business art of communication with people, products and markets. I told before you start learning what is a communication in product and market, we need to be pretty much sure on the basic skill sets of what is communication with people, because we are not going to sell to robots, right? We are going to sell to people. Okay, so you cannot pre-program the meeting, or you can pre-program your skill sets and you can be prepared for the questions which is arising thereof. In this context, no, as a successful manager and having met successful manager, trainer and consultant for years, I would love to share some of my experiences. By virtue of this, I did not try to tell that I learned and I know all. I am still a learner. I have a lot of blemishes. I have more to learn, correct, perfect and perform. Keep this rhythm in life, both personal and professional. Okay, that will fetch you lot of openings at all, friends. Now, after the opening statement, okay, there is no bottom line in selling at all. So don't feel inferior at any cost. That inferiority complex, if it is lay forth in any of your personality underneath you, it will directly affect the way you approach a customer, even the way you talk to him over phone, even in the way you talk to him personally. So what is sales? A 40-year-old veteran or a 40 plus years experienced person and a 1 week rookie or the same level when they go to see a customer. A customer is a customer, a sale is a sale and the platform is a platform. As told, the first day any fresher may break a target and a 40 plus years experienced person or an entrepreneur or a managing director or a partner may fail to close the sale, because as I told, in sales a 40-year-old veteran and a 1 week rookie, we both are the same if you go to meet the customer. Having this on the mind, start communicating, right? Then it is the level of professional skill that determines the sale, skill set. Okay, I will just follow my Facebook page, Let's Sell Successfully. I am in the process of developing my professional website, so it takes a long journey, right? So to be a very quick reference, please go and type Let's Sell Successfully in the Facebook page. You can find my Facebook account page there with the same icon of the Let's Sell Successfully with the peacock, as you find it in my professional YouTube channel, both English and Tamil. So go subscribe to my YouTube channel and also go to see my page if you hit a like if you like it. There I will share you what is a skill set. A lot of images are there because the spoken words, and I'll try to coordinate both the images and the speech together. Before that, there is a very famous image I get captured because it exactly depicts my mindset. You all know the crow story, right? The crow was thirsty and it went in search of water. It found a pot and the water was lying underneath the pot, and it picked stones and it dropped it on the water and the water level started rising. Like that, okay, in professional selling, the same skill set, if you like an old crow, you pick the pebbles and put it inside the water, you will not be learning at all. So transform your skill set. There will be a correlating image in the side telling that the crow is using a straw to drink the water. That is called reinventing your skill set or re-engineering your skill set or updating your skill set every now and then, both technically, personally, professionally. in your own platform of selling. Pricing, what is the advertisement which is coming in before you even attempt to call your customer, before you even enter your sales office to sign your attendance, before even you enter your reporting manager's cabin to come and approach your presence or anchor your presence of the current day. Please get a browse either in your phone or in your physical printed newspaper to know what's on in the country, to know what's on in the world, and never fail to capture that which is coming on behalf of your company, your opposing company, your connected product, or your skill set, or your area of work. That will give you a positive, clear communication if somebody is opening up some question. If you are not able to handle your own reporting sales manager or your area sales manager in posing a question post or in the current update or pricing of a product, how will you handle a celebrity customer on field? So the catch is there. So if your reporting sales manager is going to criticize you, it is going to save you from cutting a sorry figure before the customer. Okay, you can cut a sorry figure before a sales manager because he is there in that position after meeting so many managers like him. I am here sitting as a trainer after interacting, getting blows from so many managers. As I told you, there is a very powerful manager. The one powerful manager I have met ever in my life is CV Varghese. He is the person who trained me on software skill sets, and he is the first area sales manager I was reporting. He is tough to the core. The predictions is impossible with him, but the result always will be as a team we will accomplish. So if you are put into tough managers, never bring your team spirit or your professional relationship or your reporting spirit with your manager down, because as tough the manager, so fruitful will be the result. Instead of cutting a sorry figure before your own sales manager, okay, are you okay to cut a sorry figure before the customer? A customer is a new person. Your manager is a known devil. You are meeting him daily. Okay. Always a better saying the English quote, no? A known devil is better than an unknown angel. But all your managers are not devils. They have their own family. They have their own personal things. They have their own personal preferences. We are all connected for a sale, for a professional target inside a company. So please have that synchronization with as harmonious as possible so that we can be a learner at all, friends. Okay. Then, as I told you, selling has no such process like you are a fresher and he is a 40-year-old experienced manager. Before the customer, we are all the same. Before the target, we are all the same. If you finish the target, you are the winner. If I don't sell on the field as an experienced person, I am a total failure of that day, of that way. So learn what is blemished there, why did the sale fail, whether it is part of communication or part of product marketing's feature, or your own product itself is a total failure in the market. What is to be corrected? Just move on. Then one very important point, okay, when I interview a lot of freshers, so when I was interviewed, there was a 35 to 40 MBAs waiting in queue. When I appeared for the walk-in or the online, the spot interview, I would say that. And so my sales head was, I entered, and when I entered, the security was telling, ma'am, your qualification is just a degree and a software from NIT. I don't think and some sort of experiences on field, and I don't think you will get qualified, ma'am, because there are 35 to 40 MBAs waiting before you or with you. I said it's okay, no problem. And when I went inside and when my sales head interviewed, I tried to sell that, be a salesperson at all, friends, professionally, not the other way. Somehow we need to sell. No, that's not a spirit. You have to sell it professionally. Don't bring the spirit down. Don't bring your value and quality down at any cost. As a person, maintain the dignity. If you maintain a personal dignity only, that you can carry it into your profession as well. So I told it's okay, let me meet the interview panel. So the sales head spot selected me upon me selling him some spiritual books. So then in the closing statement, again I say, even the interview with your own sales manager, take it as a customer meet, okay? So I just went and in the closing statement, I remarked that, sir, I was told that there are 35 to 40 MBAs waiting outside along with me or together with me attending this interview. And in your advertisement content, I never saw that there is a need or a qualified MBA to apply for this current position. He told that throw your degree papers out. I want you to practically teach me or show me what is selling. That is one thing. So whenever I sit in any top sales interview as a interviewee or an interviewer, when I face an interviewee or an attendee, what I tell is, I don't know anything in selling. Come on, teach me what is selling. So if you open up that, no, there are so many freshers and young aspirants who are killer in sales. The way they look, they are very smart. The way they use the product knowledge, the way they use the technology to sell, no, those are all lovely learning things. That is what I tell, that if you want to remain the forever boss of your company, your firm, your own business, kindly don't boss anyone, okay? Again I repeat, okay? Be a learner till the end, so that it's a fresh experience. Every other experience is fresh in sales. So we told that rather than striving for the position of a sales manager, please strive to be a good salesperson first, okay? The more and more you enhance the skill set as a salesperson, automatically it is like icing on the cake. If you bake a cake, definitely icing will come. So the more and more and more you re-engineering your skill set, you develop your skill set and you prove to be a successful salesperson, the crown of being a sales manager or head of sales or zonal manager of sales will definitely come and sit on feather of your cap without even you expecting that. And very important thing, when you receive that feather, don't forget the path you crossed. I never forget the first blemish sale I made and the blows which Varghese threw on me. And his intention is not to scold me. He was a very successful manager and he has a lot of skill sets. The one good class quality is he is a powerful communicator and technically he is flawless. No person can beat him because he is good at all fronts. So if you are in catch of those type of managers, don't go and tell and one more thing, before I complete this set 5 of speaking in the language of sales, that is, sales is a business art of communication with people, kindly don't gossip, okay? Whether your reporting sales manager has 1 girlfriend or 10 girlfriends or 1 boyfriend or 10 boyfriends, that is not your business, ma'am. We are connected professionally. Why to bother personally? Okay, if you take a leading actor, say Kamal Haasan, I am not bothered on his personal life at all. I like him, I love him for his talents. He is a multi-talented personality which no actor till now can compensate or compete with him. He is that talented. Please go enjoy the talents and tell a wow that what the positive thing to pick. Why the hell you bother about your reporting sales manager's personal life? Why you have to go and bother your team managers or your team members' personal life? If you can convince them on account of certain irreparable loss in the profession and personal friends, and as a human, if you can extend courtesy that, okay, you are not feeling well, kindly check off home. You are pregnant, I will take care. Okay, no problem. In this context, I really thank Varghese and his team, my first reporting manager when I was conceived. No, so he and his team gave me the comfort of working from home. All leading sales managers know how difficult it is to keep a trainee or a member of the team at home, and you all take a responsibility in turn. So if you are blessed with such type of managers, kindly learn the professional spirits from them, how the way they cross the field. And one more thing regarding one another manager, I just forgot his full name. I think it is Suresh Gopi, if I'm not wrong. There's a long name, okay? So he is a perfect planner of trips. Okay, so he was our product marketing manager. He was head of product marketing. So just like a catch, if you tell him that you have to fly back to India, he will be ready from Oman. If you have to fly back to Bahrain, he's already ready. And UK, USA, his home, his family, his professional table, his personal friends, everything is well organized. Organizing your personal and professional things is a major key to win sales. Okay, as I told you, you have to plan the customer meet, the way to speak, what to open up, what not to open up, well before you go and meet a customer. So that person is a very good organizer. If you sit inside a car, even in his absence, the car keys will be at the office door, right? So if any other manager is going to drive his car in his absence, it will be as fresh as he is driving. And the day one the company handed over the car to him, his car will be found with the same superb condition even after 10 plus years. And if you take his sales booklet, everything will be organized anytime. So he's ready to drive, he's ready to fly, okay, he's ready to learn. And anytime, any team, if some other area manager is coming and telling, come on, I can't Gopi, I can't handle this team, you please go take over, he will be the first person to go and sit with the other team. And if someone in the team is missing, like we four of us has to present and he needs to come and supervise, he will replace that fourth person and he himself will open and present. So that sort of flexibility is possible only in our great profession of selling. So be confident and proud as a professional salesperson. That attitude, but never do anything superior. Don't think, because as I told you, for every super talent there is a superseding talent. So everyone has their own talent. Learn to appreciate the talent in the other person. Try to grasp whatever you are, and never bother the personals of your reporting manager, your team, about anyone, even your office boy. You are not connected there to go and sit gossip like a mega serial lady. Please don't do that. Even managers, men, kindly don't do that. Okay, so if you cut that, your communication will enhance in a larger sphere. Then other one is the difference between, again this is the final point I want to anchor this set 5. Sales is a business art of communication with people. The difference between trust level working relationships and genuine friendships are difficult to define. I would prefer my close friend not to be my business partner, my close friend not to be my reporting manager. It does not mean that you should not become friends. It is that we maintain that trust level in profession and business. And then the difference between trust level working relationships and genuine personal friendships are difficult to define, and the research does not explore the differences. Suffice is to say that we think you have a trust level of working relationship with someone without necessarily including them on your short list of close friends. Again, I repeat, even this, it is a theoretical point, it is a very important strategy to not overdo the harmony and the base which the business or the team is formed at professional friends. The thing is, suffices to say that we think that you have a trust level working relationship with someone without necessarily including them on your short list of your close friends. Okay, so the comfort with a close friend, please don't expect it at professional friends. Don't mix personal life and profession together. Okay, and different people have probably different capacities for folding the trust level working relationships into their personal lives. Okay, it's always better to plan a gathering or a team meeting or a family get together, professional get together outside each of your homes. So, and one more thing, these are all small things. My husband would say that even my father was a very strict person. Okay, so anyone in his office, he was holding the A class and class 1 position in government of Tamil Nadu, state state level and state government. I'm struggling because state, central and all we came back long before. So he was holding the #1 position in the state government, and he is destined to meet so many personalities in the central government. He doesn't speak politics. He will not interfere in anyone's personals. He never gossip. And that one slap which he gave in my very small age, when I was about to convey a news which I heard about a close relative, he told that this slap should be there till the end of your life. You are not gossiping, both at profession and person. Okay, so my husband would go one level further. So if he is found me, see, we cannot avoid communicating with other women or so, right? So if he is found the other side is trying to pull something from us, and we are going to go and comment open about someone, he will show that he will not speak like my father. What he will do is he will go and clean that some area where the cleaning is to be done, or the clothes is to be folded, or some other vegetables to be cut, or teaching the lessons for our children. So indirectly he is telling me, rather than speaking about personally about the other person to the one on the phone, you have these many things to do. So we will have a guilty feeling, oh, these are all pending, we are sitting and talking unnecessarily, like that. In profession also, try to cut it. Okay, don't bring anybody into your professional relationship connected into your personal life. It is friendship wise a high, a gathering, or a Diwali day, or a Christmas day, or an Eid invite is so much appreciated, but don't frequent that, and don't allow the other person, especially cleaning persons, into your home so that he will come. See, it's all emotional things. Officially I cannot go and shout to my reporting manager, they are not, you will be blowed out of your profession in no time. But I can come back to my home and shout at my brother, my father, my husband, my children. I'm emotional, I'm telling, oh, this my mood is not okay, then I can get well with them easily. So in context of these emotional things, then only that makes a family. Like, family is a place where you can be you. The best friend is a one who you don't want to paint it with any colors. Okay, so that you allow the official person in. He will go and gossip to your team that, sir, in sir's house or in madam's house, something and all is happening. They are quarreling all the time. It's not a quarrel, man. It is a exchange of emotions. Why you want the other person to come and participate, the one connect. So this is a very, very important point. Same way, if you are after a sales meet, okay, the customer has given you a nice slap in spite of you opening up in a better way. Kindly don't come and tell the company name, the designation of the manager you have met, and come and share the emotional things with the office boy or the receptionist or anyone else. He may be a client to your sales manager. He may come after a week in your absence to meet your sales manager. Say it is your day off or you are out to feel. He will tell, sir, that Amma spoke about you like this. That person spoke. Why? That's why I tell, personally I communicate a lot. Professionally, to pull a thing out from my mouth is very difficult. That trust level you have to keep, right? And one more thing, this is a very important point I would love to share with managers heading a team. See, if I'm a fan of MS Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he retired recently. It's a great loss for the Indian cricket and the world international cricket as well. Anyway, youngsters has to come up and the budding talents has to come up, and his achievements cannot be broken that easily, and it has to be recognized forever with gratitude. The thing is, I was a fan of MSD the day one he came on field in Indian cricket as a wicket keeper, a batsman, as a skipper, and he's a very good fielder as well, and his captaincy is flawless. So taking cue of that, if I have a best friend and he is an admirer of some other person in the Indian team or the world team, means my friend should not expect that I should not be a fan of MS Dhoni. You got it? Same way inside a team, do not bring the personal dramas at professional friends, especially sales managers. See, you have 4 to 5 people or a team, or as a team reporting under you. You are a great fan of MSD. Okay, right, man? He is a fan of some XYZ. So, because that the third person is a fan of XYZ and you're also a fan of XYZ, don't give priority professional wise to that third person in the team. That is, then you are not a sales manager at all, according to me. According to me, you are not a professional at all, because where the personal interests come in place in professional friends. As a salesperson, you need a qualification of communication, clarity in product knowledge, crisp speech, accomplishment at work, okay, good decent relationship with the team, professional relationship with the team, with the customer, with the office, that's it. And he is going to bring you targets in a wise and professional way, appreciate, and then that's it. Why you are prioritizing a person based because he is matching your own personal interest? Why you are prioritizing? It all starts with the personal level, right? So if you want, if you are both of you are very close friends, and if you both are liking MSD, then it's great. We hug each other. And he is XYZ, I am ABC, right? We are friends. So where do my personal like come as priority in professional friends? So many managers, when I sit in appraisals and I see that only 2 marks out of 10, I catch out of the reporting manager and ask that, why man, you have put 2 out of 10. According to me, my appraisal goes 8 out of 10 because I found him very promising as a fresher. He will tell that, no. And then I will tell, because she does not communicate good, she has no product knowledge at all. Why did you give her 9 out of 10? He will tell, she is also a fan. She is from my native. She is a wife of a general manager. My question is that general manager working for your company and your team, or she is working for you and your team? Why the managers are still recruiting people based on personal priorities, based on partialities? Please come out of this absurd professional culture, okay? Be straightforward, be sincere both at your profession and your person, okay? Never mix personal interests, personal taste in selection of the professional friends. Same way, when you go speak to your customer, if you learn, see, there should be an opening admiration statement before you cut the eye contact, right? So that should be something, oh, you're a fan of MSD, I am also a fan of MSD, good to know. That's it. You are a fan of XYZ. Great, sir. But don't come and blow your own trumpet that I'm a fan of MSD, you are a fan of XYZ. You tell him, oh fine sir, he is a very good skipper. Yes sir, I like him. That's it. Cut it there. So don't overdo anything there. And if all the dramas are over and the sale is accomplished, don't think that because we both are fans, he is signed for the product. And also if the customer can do that, because he is not connected with your business line at all. He is a buyer. You are a seller. You have a whole team waiting at the back for you to accomplish the target. Then if the product is failing, don't go and please cleanse your thought process every now and then, professionally and personally. Don't go and think that just because you have opposing taste in the sports side, he has not signed up for the product. Never. If you have this mentality, you can never spot where you are wrong professionally. Come, sit. The day is over. If anger is coming, count 10. If you are so angry, count 100. And then leave for that day. Next day, before going to the office, you sit and analyze where you are wrong on the field. You will be able to spot, or you will be able to open up a wonderful thing, a feedback to your own product marketing team in a group meeting that, sir, I could not sell this product because opposing company's product is as strong as the market is demanding, right? Then, what is idea selling? Major strategic clue. Every sales meeting should have an idea, right? So it is like successful idea selling begins and ends with your ability to establish and maintain a deeper level connection with people. Come again. Successful idea selling begins and ends with your ability to establish, maintain and develop deeper connection with people. So when meeting people for the first time, rapport level skills are critical. again, this nails in Mr. Gary Jacobs, CEO of VAS, statement on any business meets results or decided in the first 5 minutes of the meeting. Okay, so in the that means don't give up the sales meet. Analyze and have it in mind. From there, take over the negative, or if it's a negative, try to fill with the positive. If it is a positive, take a lead and cut off. Okay, and one more thing. In activating a network to gain information and access, reciprocity level relationships will play a great part. So, on the toughest situation, when a conflict develops over an idea and implementation problems loom, trust level relationships needed to get you over the hump. Okay, trust level relationships means what? If you sense that the customer is very strong technically, please accompany your product marketing manager along with you. If you sense it's a very big deal and he is holding director of finance of a company, try to please coordinate harmoniously with your own company's finance manager and try to take him along with you so that you are very safe as a company, as a team again. Okay, but if it is dramatic, I cannot be buckling like a duck inside a tub, maintaining the same level of dirty water. I cannot do that. So I will harmoniously tell that, so this team is not for me and I am not for you. Okay, so let us part as good professional relations and check out of your team, or you exchange some other member from the other team, right? Techniques to help you selling is very simple. Okay, you start from 5 accounts daily. Either it's retail selling, banking, finance, whatever it is. Your own company, it's a shop, it's a simple restaurant, it's a cafe, selling some snacks and tea. For that also you need a skill set. Never underestimate any person. Okay, do not form a status quo. You will never learn. Okay, be friendly with all, take the good, leave the bad, and once you learnt the bad, please push off from that person. There are certain areas which you cannot compromise and go back. Kindly come out completely out of that area, because those who know gardening knows that when you pluck an area from a fresh plant from a soil, or you know that soil is not good for that particular plant, you exchange the soil, you cannot replant that again to the same soil. It is also like that selling. You know that this product or this customer is not our market, don't go there. Okay, then take 5 accounts yearly in the selling cycle, clear evidence that call you have made, created and advanced, right? Thank you so much for watching. This is Priya Mahesh with you, signing off for Let's Sell Successfully. Sales is a business art of communication with people, set 5. I think we have spoken set 1, set 2, set 3, now part 5. Right? So with this I conclude an art of communication with people. If there are any advanced set of clues and live interactions with people and presentations, I'll come back to you. I'll take a short break so people can analyze these 5 sets, and then I will start what is selling is a business art of communication with product. Thank you.